Okay. So what we are believing now is that the money, the fund was not judiciously utilized in the interest of Biafra. Now, since the release of Mad Bob and the rest of them from Kuje prisons, nobody has been hearing anything, not even a word from them. What could be the reasons, Candy?
Yeah. I mean, I hear from them, but I see the meetings going on between Benjamin and other IPOB leaders with political parties, PDP, and that's their agenda now is those meetings, and their agenda is political campaign.
So what I'm trying to say now is that all of them have indeed relinquished the struggle. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yes.
So it's quite unfortunate.
Yes. Very.
Now, if all these principal actors have relinquished their struggle, who else do you think is still involved in our struggle?
I believe I'm seeing your leader. I'm seeing different. You know, there are IPOB members. There are Biafrans still involved, but no leader like yours being involved. And I just say maybe a little push, and I say that we could bring Biafra up because at this point there is no fit over the Biafrans.
So what you're telling us now is that so most of these people have all relinquished their struggle, and right now they are just, deceiving fellow Biafrans. Is that so?
Yeah.
So it's quite unfortunate. Well, Candy, now let me ask you another question. Could you briefly, please, not even briefly, it can be elaborate as much as possible. What actually is going on between IPOBs, RBL, and PDP? The reason is this. Some of the national dailies reported both yesterday and today that IPOB members have endorsed Atiku P2B candidacy. Do you think they have now fully gone into politics?
Yes. Like I said before, I told everyone from last year when I was character assassinated by PDP, Semi Coyote, that this was the agenda. I saw it from the beginning. I knew that.
So, now, have you any idea how much amount of money that was given to them by PDP?
I went to the White House, I will tell you that.
Yes. Did you get my question?
Yeah.
How much do you think PDP get to them before they agreed to relinquish their struggle?
Yes. Asking Nombi, I said, what's going on that you don't want referendum for freedom? He said, no, it is not time. It's not time. That's when so at this time I knew that he was not wanting Biafra freedom nor referendum. If you look at what's talking today, referendum, what hit stage when it has just a referendum per election, which it votes. And this is tight, but I will tell you that now, when I was speaking in the prison with Benjamin and Monkey, I kept asking, like I said, what's going on between PDP, and I said, how will you come out? That's what I said. You come out of this prison. He said, I have to admit, the only way to come out of this prison is to give the struggle to the enemy and do political. And I said, that is not the way. He said, well, that is the only way out. And he said, I hate to go that way, but I will have to go that way. And I had heard them say, Benjamin say that Nombi had been approached in the prison for like
Yes,
so much amount
yeah, let's
for
me
the
Kande,
struggle.
please let me inform fellow Biafrans. You know, Kande is speaking in American accent. So some of you who don't understand her quite well, bear with us. She has that American accent, and unless you are well grounded in both British and American English, you wouldn't be able to understand some of the things she is saying. But I'm thinking that Kande, as a Biafran lady, you should try to develop aspects of Biafran accent for people to hear you whenever you speak. Don't you think it is necessary?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because some of our Biafrans are saying that you are using much of American accent and they cannot quite get you, much as they derive all your message. So this is what I'm saying. Now you don't have an idea of amount of money which these people receive from PDP that compel them to relinquish the Biafra agitation. Do you have an idea like that? Like I asked before.
Yes. I was told it was like 9 billion, 9 million. I don't know. Some in that figure. I don't know how Nara. I don't know how that goes. That he had been offered that in the prison
Okay.
for the struggle, and that was as he was coming out of the prison.
Okay.
Um,
Now look at this. All along, since IPOB started this their so-called agitation for Biafra independence, they have no visible office on ground in Biafra. Do you think that is a mark of
yes,
seriousness in our struggle? When, excuse me, please, you know, look at the bim-massob family under Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike, who even
yes,
made it possible for us to use this particular platform to address our people. If you go to every state in Biafra land, a lot of constructions going on by the bim-massob family. The purpose we know is for Biafra government administration to take off very, very soon. So this is a mark of seriousness. If you go to Owerri, you can see expansive edifice, high edifices built by the bim-massob family for the interest of Biafra and the Biafrans. These things are significant mark of seriousness on his own part. But unfortunately and
yes,
most ironically, the IPOB, despite the millions of naira and pounds and dollars they control, they have no visible office or structure on ground in Biafra land. Do you think this is a mark of seriousness on their part or otherwise?
yes. I believe that the reason why they don't have anything in Biafra land is because their agenda, like I say, is outward. It's more that they're not caring of what is going on. That is the source, is Biafra land, but why should they try to enrich Biafra land with anything to help it? They leave the wounds unattended so that the wounds will not heal. So that is why they're not being sufficient in doing anything in Biafra lands.
Okay. Now, Candy, let me, members of the crew for different parts of the world are listening to you, of course, and they are very much interested in making their own contributions or asking you some questions. Let me throw the floor open now for members of the crew, for them indeed to make their own contributions. Are you Chena Okay? Are you there with us? Uchenna Okeke, of course, you are there. Sandra Chinonye Duru equally is there. Echezena Udeze is there, of course, and many others. So, gentlemen of the crew, if you have any questions to ask our special lady here, ask her, please. Of course, we are talking on the betrayals by the IPOB-RBL, despite their claims to be in the front line in this our Biafra struggle. Indications emerge that they have sold out. They have sold Biafra. The word sabotage has been recurring in their lips over the weeks and over the years. But unfortunately and most ironically, the very group that has been accusing others of sabotage is now in the front line of this particular malady. So sad. From what we are hearing now, and even as being reported by different national tabloids front page, that IPOBRBL, has now agreed to work in tandem with the People's Democratic Party on the reasons that IPOB received millions or if not billions of naira from the PDP for them to relinquish this particular struggle and to support them eventually. That informs the reason why on the pages of national newspapers today, each and every one of them was saying IPOB now agrees to work with PDP ahead of 2019 election. And of course, there are reasons for us to believe because from what we are getting from London, where Uchemefo is holding sway as Kano's successor, he made it abundantly clear that the issue of 2019 election has to be forgotten, that there will be elections in Biafra land. Then, if somebody like Uchemefo could come out to say there are elections in Biafra land, we now go a long way to believing what we are hearing, and this is what Candy Stalwart is now telling Biafra that it is all over in Biafra struggle for IPOB RBL. Don't forget that some time ago, even before this malady started, I wrote on some of our pages that it was sunset for the IPOB RBL. That was quite prophetic indeed. Today, everything is happening, and Candy is here to inform Biafrans publicly on this particular platform that IPOB has indeed betrayed Biafra and Biafrans. Over to you now, members of the crew. Let us hear what you have to say in this regard. Members of the crew, please. Can you hold your background, please, as much noise coming there. Hello, members of the crew. HS Nodeza, you are there. Sandra, you are there. Uchen Okeke, and many others. Yeah, HS, please. HS, you have to speak louder, please, for everybody to hear you.
Okay, thank you so much.
We can't see hear you at all. I know it's very early over there in Japan.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Sister Andy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't have any much question to ask.
Oh, sorry.
Because what is going on is very clear. It's very highly clear that IPOB is playing game with Biafra struggle and most of their members now are waking up because after many boycotting of election, they have got nothing. And like as I said before, the millions contributed under the Biafra for defense fund for center partners, they are not contributed for boycotting of election or for referendum. So they are doing all these things to deceive the followers and to make them believe that they are still fighting for Biafra. But not today that they started playing game with politicians. They've been playing this politics for long. In 2015, they did the same thing against Jonathan to give Buhari the seat. So this time around, they are in the same game. Whichever for himself is tired and confused and completely tired of the struggle because he doesn't know where he's going or where he's coming from. Whichever for now realize and understand that now the kind of people have abandoned the idea of self. So now he's looking for someone where he will also dump the IPOB members who cannot reason with their brain, who cannot reason with their head. So in terms of politics, that we play politics. Initial foundation of IPOB is for politics. Who made them more is who they campaign for. Do they campaign directly and secretly? claiming that they are doing it for the sake of Biafra to come. Looking at it now, 2018 is over. There's no referendum anymore. Now, one of them was telling me yesterday it will be 2019 after election. And I told him that if you cannot conduct referendum before the election, you cannot do it after election. Because another president has been sworn in already. You can't do it. So, my dear sister, I understand everything you are saying. I saw it that way, but only that your followers will not listen and stop following them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, HSR. Now, Kandi, you had him rather. He mentioned the referendum that these people have been using the term referendum to deceive a lot of people, but from all indications, it's all a lie. Now, Kandi, do you think this clamor for referendum by the IPOB RBL is real or mere deception? Are they just deceiving our people? Yes, we're listening.
If you notice, yeah,
That is to say, there is nothing like referendum. It's just a ploy to deceive our people. Is that so?
yeah.
But some time ago, you were part of that particular gospel of referendum. At what point did you withdraw? Was it when you discovered that they were not sincere in this our struggle?
I actually didn't. Uh, I didn't fall out yet. Actually, when I was seeing that it was kind of corrupt, I was still standing because of other IPOB members that were trying to do the right thing. But as I was going into it, it wasn't getting better. So I saw that it was just getting more corrupt, and that the people were going to, in the end, when all this comes about, it's going to be bad for them. So I just said I cannot sit in this no more, that the corruption is so much and the lies and deception were too much. So I just had to do the right thing as a Christian. I have to do the right thing.
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, from Port Harcourt, Valentine Ogoji is saying that information received is that Atiku Abubakar, PDP presidential candidate, paid IPOB 60 billion to distribute to their members and for them to forget everything about Biafra. This is what he's saying. So let me add up Dr. Edamba. Just a moment, please. Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, what?
Just hold on, please, sir.
Yeah.
Turn down the volume a bit. I have to, maybe you drop, I add you up because when I pick a call, I disconnected our guest speaker, please. Yes. Oh, wait, let me add up. Just wait a minute, please. I have to.
Is it
Yes, I have to add up. Yes, sir. So, just a
okay,
minute.
I didn't quite get what you're saying. I didn't understand what you're saying.
Okay, I said you drop. Let me add you up because we have a guest here from the States of America, Candy Stewart, addressing fellow Biafrans. And immediately I picked her call, I got her disconnected. She is taking some of the questions on why she feels IPOB is betraying the struggle. So let me drop while I add you up, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Echesna, please. Echesna, please. You said it appears you are falling asleep. You may have to log out for us not to be distracted. Please, Echesna. Yeah, Candy, you're welcome. Okay, Candy, you're welcome. Sorry, please. We were a bit distracted. There was a call also coming from America, and oh, a lot of calls coming in, and I have to add all of them. minute, let me add it up. No, sir, please, you have to drop. Let me. Hello, Candy? Oh, the loss is too much over there. Please, gentlemen, bear with me. There is a kind of distraction a bit coming from our various listeners. Please bear with me. Can you hold on? I want to add some people who are trying to join us in this particular program. Just a few seconds. Let me join them here. Sorry, please. Yes, I cannot co-join Dr. Peter Ejika from the States of America due to some technical reasons. If I accept that particular call, I will be disconnecting our guest speaker. But in the coming days, we have to do some technical readjustments, for us to get them involved. Thank you so much. Now, the floor is open for our members of the crew. If they have their questions, let them ask. Uchenna, okay, are you there? Yeah, please, just a minute. Let me turn the volume up for you to speak out. Okay, go on. Speak out louder, please. Wait, let me raise the volume from here. Okay, go on.
Okay, our dear sister, yes, it is very obvious that you were very courageous to speak out the truth. Even after seeing all that has been going wrong within IPOB, RTL. My question, and again, I would like what you have to tell our people, because there are millions of IPOB who have seen what you saw in IPOB that made you speak up. And for that reason, they have been calling so many names, all kinds of names, just because you are speaking out the truth. So, what advice would you give to millions listening to us now? Because you don't have to worry how to advise them or what you have to tell them.
Okay. Yeah, let me explain the questions to her. Candy, what she's saying, what he rather Uchenna Okeke is saying, of course, from Makurdi is this. You have been an insider, you knew it all. But now you discovered the truth. You have discovered the whole truth. And you have withdrawn from that particular group. The question Uchenna Okeke is asking, what advice do you have for other people who have not yet realized what you have realized? Even though there are many of them who have come to know the truth and are now pulling out from that particular vicious circle. So, what advice do you have for some other people who have not come back to their senses? Can they please? Just wait a minute. Let me raise the volume. Wait a minute. There is a call coming. If I pick that call, I will disconnect you. That's why I feel too reluctant to connect that call. Yeah, go on, please, Candy. Candy, go on. Yeah, go on.
I would say that at this time, because the political agenda they have put on Biafrans to get our focus off of the freedom and the struggle that we have been displaying for several years. This is a time now that we actually need to be more vocal and not give up and not be silent like they want you to be. You need to be rallying. You need to be more loud than ever. But I believe that we need an intercessor, whether your leader or somebody needs to take command and position. While Namdi is gone, let him go. Let him hide in a hole wherever he wants to go like a mole. But we need somebody that will come out. This is the time to take over. This is the time to say, hey, where he couldn't do, I will come and do it. I will come and take the people where they need to go. And this is when we need a leader. We need someone to come out. Whether they say you can or not, you just come out and do it because that is your call. We are all Biafrans. We are all for the struggle. No one owns anything. So you should come out and grab the people up and bring them to their freedom. Get rid of this nonsense political agenda. We need to get it out of our ears and eyes and just go forth. And like I said, this is the time for the leaders who want to be leaders to come out and lead. No matter who. See, we are only in a set mind of Nomdi and Uchi because they set our minds to that. But if you ignore their agendas and you come out and become a leader, who is going to stop you? Nobody. If you can lead, you can lead. And I say that is what we need now, is a leader to lead us.
Okay, now, Candy, you know, Chief Dr. Afro was the pioneer leader after Chukwuemeka Ojukwu. He has always believed in the philosophy of non-violence towards Biafra realization.
Yeah.
And this was the reason, it was from this that Kano picked up this propaganda against him, saying that he has betrayed, telling the whole world that Biafra can never be gotten on a platter of gold. But up to today, Chief Wazika is still in the struggle, having some establishments in the whole of Biafra land preparatory for the Biafran government. What impression of Chief Dr. Wazike do you have at the moment?
Yes. What I say is this. The biggest leaders who should have been still leading, they have been called saboteurs and betrayers and criminals. But actually, they were the ones supposed to do the leadership and bring the people forth. And I say, your leader, he was set for mandate, but even though the enemy coming to steal what he had, he needs to gain it back. And now is the time. Just because he has been called a name, that is no time to run. See, what has happened in struggle is every time someone has been called a name or a saboteur, that person goes and runs away because it's so much on the body. It's so much on a, just like me, I was character assassinated among 60 Nicholas.
Yes, I'm trying to.
And I don't let that overpower me because I know what I'm here for, and I know what I have to do. So I say, your leader needs to stand up now.
Yeah, what is the speaker saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, sir, kindly please hold on. This is Dr. Peter Ejirika from Texas, Houston, in America. Dr. Ejirika, kindly start what the one-time principal staff of IPOB and the frontline mobilizer in the States of America is online with us. She is right now telling Biafra that from every indication, IPOB under Kanadu Chemefo has betrayed Biafra and the entire Biafra by accepting money from PDP to campaign for them, and the issue of election boycott is now no longer feasible. This is what Kandi is telling us, that it is all over. They have totally betrayed us, haven't joined the PDP. And giving credit to what she is saying, during yesterday and today, sir, lots of Nigerian tabloids, on their front pages, made it clear that IPOB has endorsed Atiku and Obi, their candidature. and they're now supporting their members, telling them to withdraw any idea of election boycott come 2019. So all these and more are what Candice Stewart is telling fellow Biafrans right now. So you're welcome, sir.
Yes.
So now, Candy, you are taking a question. You can continue from there.
Moderator, I hope you're not inviting me.
Yes, sir. I've already asked you. You are welcome to the program. So I was expecting to say something. Yeah, Candy, hold on, please. Candy, hold on. Please, there's much noise. Candy, please. There's much noise coming from your angle. I don't know if you are standing outside. I know you are coming from work still. Maybe you have to roll up your vehicle or your car screen for us. Good. I think it's better now. Candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, please check your background. I don't know where the noise is coming from. Okay.
Sorry?
Yeah, okay. Dr. Jika, you're welcome to the program once again.
Okay, thank you, moderator Grono. Thank you, fellow Biafran.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be in your midst again.
Thank you very much, sir.
We are discussing to be or not to be.
Exactly.
Should we participate in Nigerian election or not? I thought this issue was resolved a long time ago. If we participate in their election or in their political activities, it means we are laying credence to their government. We are not going to get anything. We will not get any dividend by working with Nigerians. We have been in that country for 100 years, maybe 104 years, and we derive nothing. So, election of 2019 is not the one that is going to change that outcome. So we should boycott Nigerian election. P2B is not one of us. I think we told P2B long time ago that if he made the president of Nigeria or a candidate, that he was going to select him as the vice. So P2B knew this all along. And that was why he went out from Afghan.
Yeah, please, Candy, check your background. Candy, roll up your car screen. Noise is coming from there, Candy.
Not back him. Biafra should not back him. He is not one of us. But supporting P2B or backing P2B is like supporting Emmanuel Ipadi. It's the same thing.
Yes, sir. Now,
support P2B.
Now, sir, let me take you off from there. Sir, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Let me take.
We can't get nothing. He's after himself. It's not for Biafra.
Okay, sir. Now, sir.
At the end, you get nothing. You get nothing from outside.
Okay, sir. Now let me take. Sir, let me take you. Sir.
Any person above 3 years old.
Okay, let me take you from there.
Islamization of Nigeria.
Okay, sir. Please, Candy. Candy, check your background. There's much noise coming from there. Candy.
Yeah, so all I'm saying,
there's much noise coming from your angle, Candy, please.
We are not taking part in the election. The election is of no use. It has not helped us for 100 years, and it's not going to help us in 2019. So we should boycott it.
Okay, sir. Now let me ask you, sir. Now let us take the example of Southern Cameroon, the Ambazonians. They boycotted the election. Not only did they boycott the election, they went into armed struggle to carry their message home. And today, the United Nations, that particular body, that organization, is giving them attention, discussing issues concerning Ambazonia on the floor of the National Assembly, as well as the Security Council. So, if we boycott election, what other measures do we adopt to pressurize Nigeria and the world into granting us Biafra? What measures shall we adopt, sir?
What was your question? Can you
Let me repeat the
ask
question,
the
sir.
question again?
What I'm saying is this: the Ambazonians, that is southern Cameroon, boycotted election a few weeks ago. Not only did they boycott that election, they also went into armed struggle to carry home their message. And today, the case of Ambazonia is being discussed on the floor of the United Nations General Assembly as well as the Security Council. Now, if we Biafrans boycott election now, when we are not yet into armed struggle or guerrilla warfare, what other steps or measures are we going to adopt to press home our message?
Thank you. That's a valuable question. The other, the alternative strategy would be discussed later. But first, let us do the first thing first.
Yes.
Let us boycott the election.
You know, sir.
If we boycott the election, we are sending a message. We are telling the Southeastern governors that you are no longer in charge. You are not in control. We are in control. The people are in control.
Good. Sir,
we decide what happens in Eastern Nigeria.
Sir, the problem now is this.
Business. There will be business.
Sir.
The day we say sit at home, everybody sits at home.
Now,
so now we are saying no election, and everybody should support us no election.
Okay, sir. Now,
the reason being that we want to send a message that we are in control, not not Umahi, not Obiano, not Rochas. They are just stooges. They are not in control. They are only in control of their pockets. But we are in control of the people. This is the message we are sending.
Okay, sir. Now, let me...
The other message that we are sending is that we are telling Nigeria that right now we are asking for a referendum. There will be a time when it will be too late for the referendum. When we change our strategy, it will be too late. And we'll be prepared to use all by any means necessary. Like we use in a bargain.
Okay, sir.
We'll use by any means necessary.
Sir, now let me ask a question. Excuse me, sir. Sir, a few days ago, I was having a private chat with you, and there was something I told you. I was rather that very day echoing the opinions of our people. They are saying that our people in the states of America are not performing. They are saying our people in America are not performing. They are very close to the seat of American power, the United Nations even, but they cannot even mobilize themselves to go to White House and discuss with the American president, or even go to the Senate or to the House, the legislature, to discuss with the lawmakers there. So our people are really disappointed on very many of our people are there, of course, in America. So how do you defend our diaspora Biafrans in this regard for failing in their duty?
Moderator, is that question for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Yes, the issue there is that in America, we have almost 3 types of people. One type of people sees the problem and say, let's tackle the problem. The other number 2 type of persons that we have in America say, oh, there's no problem. We are Nigerians. There's no problem. The war is over. The war was fought and lost. So we are all right. That is the number 2 set of people. Then the other group, the last group of people saying, hey, Nigeria does not augur well for us. Nigeria does not mean anything good for us. Let us get Nigeria off our backs and stand on our own. So most of the people in the United States belong to the group of there is no problem. Or even if you say there's a problem, what are you going to do? You can't do nothing. They have already defeated themselves. The people in the United States, they already defeated themselves. And I have met several of them. They already taken a defeat. Most of them are professors most of them are in the academics. They already said, hey, there's nothing we can do. Houses can do anything. I said, okay, why are you building all those, setting up all those mansions in Lagos and Abuja? That one day you will come to Lagos and Abuja and they will be over your life, trying to cock up your head. Okay, then he said, no, it's not possible. I said, okay, we shall see. So basically what I'm saying is that let us not wait for the people in America. Let us work with what we have. If people in London are willing to go, let us advance with them. If people in Asia are willing to go, let us advance with them. If people in Africa are willing to go, let us advance with them. Let us not wait for the people in America. Let us just leave a room, create an accommodation for them whenever they
Yes, sir.
choose to wake up.
I'm aware that.
Like Chinua Achebe said in Igbo language, whenever they choose to wake up from sleep, we will accommodate them.
Yes, sir. I'm quite
So
aware. Sir,
what I am saying,
yes, sir.
let us move on with what we have. Let's forget about people in America. We have enough people in America. We have Dr. Buchi. We have Iranian. We have Ihediwa. We have Anuforo. So we can proceed with those people and allow the rest to come when they choose to come.
But some of these people you mentioned, sir, some of these people you mentioned, we don't hear anything about them at all. Why? It's only Professor Anufro sometimes comes to our program to discuss. Okay, once Ihediwa was there, but the rest, we don't hear from them. I'm aware that Amazonians in the states of America are all out to fight for Amazonia. Even most of them contributing and sending monies to them, to the people at home, to fight the struggle. But what we have is an unfortunate situation where our people in the states of America do nothing at all. They are rather waiting for the struggle to be over for us to have a Biafra, and then you see them trooping down, using their dollars to come and contest the elections and take over, significant positions. We are saying that it's not over yet. You still have a duty to carry out for Biafrans. Of course, Kandi is there to make sure that our Biafrans, our Biafra diaspora in the States of America come out and support this struggle. When they come out, we don't even need a battalion. 5 persons can go to White House, can go to the Senate and discuss with the members there and present our case. Why can't they do it, sir? This is the question. Now, to members of the crew, of course, you are there. Anybody who has something to chip in is free because we are almost coming to the end of the program. Now, sir, what promise are you making to Biafra that you are going to mobilize those of you who are still fans of Biafra music to entertain our guests? You all know that.
Moderator,
Sir.
what you can do for us, let us share our phone numbers or contact information.
Yes.
Give her or him my contact information, and then if it's okay with her, you can send me hers so that we can form a little committee of people of Biafrans in the United States who are willing to pursue the cause of Biafra.
Okay, I will do that. I will gladly do that, sir. I will do that, honestly.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, of course, I don't know whether members of the crew still have something to chip in. If you are there, HSN, of course, you are still there. For the past weeks, we have been having a lot of communication problems from Nigeria. That is why sometimes our members will try to reach us. Even some other listeners would like to reach us, but then Nigeria's rickety communication wahala, let me put it that way, does not give us that particular respite. That is what we continue to experience from time to time. But we are saying that in the eventual Biafra, all these problems shall be things of the past. This is what we know. Nigeria is not functioning. Let me say dysfunctional is the state of Nigeria. And even human life has become quite brutish. Nothing gives anybody any delight. That is why we are working around the clock to make sure wholeheartedly that we balkanize that country. Let me say fragment that particular country and go back to our own promised land, Biafra, where we shall give meaning to our lives and be able to translate our resolve into purpose. This is what we are saying. Biafra girls play on the screen. Watch out.
Yeah, thank you.
So I have to inform you right now, we are also broadcasting on our online television, and this broadcast is running simultaneously on this online TV and our Voice of Biafra International. If you have access to our online TV right now, you can see Biafran girls, in their own costume, using Biafra flag colors for their own costume, and they are dancing to the delight of our people. Sorry, please. We are enjoying the music of Biafra. Okay, Candy, are you still there with us? Hello, Candy.
I'm still here.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. Now, I have to ask you one last question before we call it a day. Now, looking
Sure.
at the struggle right now, do you think there are hopes for Biafra?
Yes. I say there is a lot of hope for Biafrans, especially at this time, because at this time, even though we're seeing election corruption in Nigeria, you have to know that all eyes are on Nigeria. So that means that this is a time to shout and let everyone know we're Biafrans and we want our freedom and this is what we want. So this is the time that you have all of the big leaders, President Trump, to see you and recognize what you want. But this is not the time to be silent. I say that we need a leader, and we need it now.
Yeah, but we have a leader already. Even though this leadership was almost coveted, but we have a leader,
Yeah.
the principal Biafra leader who is very much in the struggle. Ralph Wazirika, of course, you know him,
Yeah.
Chief Doctor. And
Yeah.
he is working around the clock secretly without making noise. So what we are trying to say now is for Biafrans to come together, we mobilize ourselves, come together and fight a common cause. This is what we are saying right now.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying. Yes, there are any Biafrans calling me that they, that Omni and that is no longer their leader because
Okay, so
we need a leader to come out, not hide, but yeah.
okay, now one last question. Despite everything, do you still promise to be a Biafran ambassador in America?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Well, thank you so much, Candice Stewart, for laying bare your mind, for revealing to our people some of the secrets, things that have been happening behind the scene, which we do not know about. Honestly, you have opened our eyes and the eyes of many other people who have been deceived all these days. We thank you 1,000 times for coming to the program, and we say, may God continue to bless you. Thank you a million, and remain blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Candy.
Thank you.
Fellow compatriots and good Biafrans, we have been broadcasting to you from Biafra Broadcasting Authority and the Voice of Biafra International simultaneously. It has been Candice Stewart addressing Biafrans on what she knows and knows better about IPOB and betrayal. But despite everything, all hopes are not lost. She still believes that Biafra will come, and Biafra, of course, is already there. She is now putting her own trust in the person of Chief Dr. Afro Wazeke, who has always been the principal actor in this our own particular agitation. Fellow Biafrans, music Biafra continues to play. Hello, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, Uchenna Okeke, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Do you have a question for me?
No, there was a question I asked Candy, and she has already answered it, and we have already, disengaged her because it's high time we disengage, and it's all over. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
That's all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not hearing anything.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to. There was a music playing. I have to off it now, sir. Just few seconds.
Dr. Gemba?
No, is Dr. Gamba there?
No.
No, I don't. So he traveled to Biafra line. Dr. Gamba traveled to Biafra land, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Wait, we're trying to play some music Biafra.
Okay, so the broadcast is come to an end. Is that what you say?
Yes, exactly, sir. You know, we have been, it's long we started. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I have some other engagements, so let me run.
Okay,
So
sir.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, fellow competitors, fellow Biafrans, for being with us for the past 2 hours. We have been here on the screen in our studio, taking questions, of course, giving questions to Kanji Stalwart, who was here to tell us what she knows more and better about the betrayal from the IPOB. The irony of it all is that this is a particular group that has been accusing other people of sabotage of betrayal in the past. Here they are, being in the front line of those who have betrayed our struggle. It's quite unfortunate. We thank you so much for being part of the program. We thank you 1,000 times, and we promise to continue to reach out to you. Tomorrow is Friday at 7 p.m. Biafra time. Two prominent Biafrans will be on screen here in the studio here live with us to talk to our people on issues concerning Biafra and Biafrans. Until then, we thank you 1,000 times. May God bless you and enjoy some elements of Biafra music.